Yo, what's going on, guys? We're coming back at you guys with the Heated Sports Podcast where we talk everything Miami sports. My name is Aaron Garcia.
Ricky Hernandez.
Reza Cardenas.
And I'm Jamie Nunez.
And today we're going to start with the Miami Dolphins like we usually do. They have started the season 6-2. They're looking good.
Yeah.
They should beat the Patriots once again. So let me know what you guys thought of this last game.
I just know we pulled up. We just spanked them. All respectfulness.
Yeah, we pulled up.
W's.
I wanted to
They
actually,
pulled up here.
That's true. I wanted to talk about like your guys' thoughts on Tua. I know Jamie's high on Tua.
Yeah, I have a bunch of stats, so just go ahead and go crazy
He's been
because
having a great season statistically. But I don't know why Miami fans are so divisive when it comes to Tua. Like I got people like when he threw that interception. Oh my God, Tua sucks. I'm a Mike White guy. What can I, like,
where's Mike White?
like literally, where's Mike White? So yeah, I want to know what you guys think of Tua. If you guys are Tua supporters or if you're not believers. I personally, I support Tua. I think
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I'm a believer
we
as
can
well.
go places.
Yeah, honestly, bro, I feel like some players get treated like worse than others. It's like double standards that go around in every single league. And Tua, with some people, he's gonna have to like win the Super Bowl for people to start doubting him. But I'm definitely a believer. I think he's having a great season, and obviously he's gonna make mistakes. He still is a young player, so that's my opinion. I think he's doing good. He's obviously in the conversation for MVP. So yeah, shout out to him, bro. And the record shows it.
That boy Tua, like from last season, you see him concussion reports at least almost every game. But now during the offseason, he really developed. He did what was he doing? Like either judo or yoga.
He was doing some jujitsu.
Yeah.
To help him fall.
Exactly. Just preparing himself to this season. So it shows him like, all right, he's dedicated. He wants to be on the Dolphins, and he's gonna get laid. He's outside.
Yeah. I loved watching. I love everything about Sunday's game against the Patriots. Number one, the bad start, like you said, Tua threw an early pick. And I'm not gonna lie, I was definitely a little bit like, damn, like this is gonna be a rough one for us, or what?
Mike White.
Yeah, no, not even that. I was just like, damn, like this is not good. Because then right after that, Mac Jones threw a touchdown to Kendrick Bourne, and I was like, damn, like that was not good. Like they did what we were supposed to do the first two drives, because we had a first down and then like a 3 and out, and I was like, damn, we didn't put up any points. And then they came down, didn't do anything. We turned it over. Tua turned it over. I was like, damn. And then they scored. I was like, all right, bet. Right after that, Tua, Tyreek Hill, bomb. I was like, all right, now we're cooking.
Easily.
Now we're cooking. So, and you know, what's crazy is the run game wasn't even that efficient against the Patriots, like how it was in week 1.
True.
Or no, week 1 we played the Chargers, week 2. Yeah. And Mostert did get a rushing touchdown, but the run game was not as effective as it should have been. And we actually did a lot of play action plays. We did like 28% or something like of our throws were play action, which is a lot considering that we didn't even run the ball effectively. So a couple things thus far, not even just for the season in general, like so far through 8 games, Tua is ahead of Dan Marino in his 1984, 1986, and 1994 seasons.
What?
In as far as most passing yards through the first 8 games in Dolphins history. So that's insane, right? Also, Tua, before last night's game, or Monday night's game against, it was the Lions and the Raiders, Tua is number 1 in yards with 2,416. He's tied first in touchdowns with Kirk Cousins, I believe. Hope he gets well soon also, by the way, with 18 touchdowns. He has 119 first downs. That's first. 108.8 passer rating. That's number 1. 8.4 net yards per dropback. That's number 1. 3.9 sack rate, which is second. So he's barely getting touched, which is a testament to not only his time in the pocket and how fast he gets rid of the ball, but to the O-line, because like, you know, luckily we have the benefit of the doubt with a decent O-line, you know. It's pretty good this season, but I really honestly feel like they don't have to buy that much time for Tua. And he has an 8.8 yards per attempt, which is second in the league. 54.4 success rate, which is second. And it's just crazy the numbers that he's putting up. Granted, people will say, oh, you guys had a weak schedule. The Dolphins had a weak schedule. Well, you know who else had the same schedule as the Miami Dolphins for the most part? Everyone else in the AFC East and the Buffalo Bills. Why isn't this being... Why don't the Bills have this shoe that fits them as well? because they were beating up on the Commanders, who we're going to beat up on as well, and a bunch of trash teams. And I remember once upon a time, we put up 70 points on the Denver Broncos. This past Sunday, that same Denver Broncos team that the media was making them seem like they were the worst team in NFL history, they just beat the Kansas City Chiefs, who we are going to play in Frankfurt, Germany. What? So is it our schedule's weak? Is it any given Sunday in football? Like, no one really knows. The Bills lost to Mac Jones and Zach Wilson. Like, anything could happen, you know? It's the NFL. These people are professionals. They're playing to put food on the table. But I just wanted to rant about Tua and how great he is. I also wanted to touch on the defense. So the Dolphins, in the NFL, there's 49 players who have 4+ sacks this season. We have 4 of them. Bradley Chubb has 5 sacks. Christian Wilkins already has, I believe, his total or more than his total from last year. He has 4.5 sacks. Zach Sealer has 4, and Andrew Von Ginkel has 4 sacks. When you add all these together, plus a healthy Ramsey, my God, I mean, that pick was insane. I don't think anyone could stop us. We're only getting more healthy. I believe we're getting Teron Armstead. We're going to have Xavier Howard back. And, yeah, we're going to turn up in Germany. I believe we're going to come out on top against the Chiefs. And we're going to be a lot of people are saying that this is going to be the determining factor for who has home field advantage in the playoffs. So, people were saying, hey, this is when we lost to the Eagles, people were saying, yo, this is the Dolphins test, or this is the Eagles test. Like, let's see how good they are, because they were kind of inconsistent. They had just lost to the Jets, right? This is our game. You know what I mean? Like, this is our prove it moment for the AFC, because that was NFC. I get it. They were a good team, but whatever. We'll see them in the Super Bowl, you know, right? Like, but now it's like, yo, home field advantage. What are we made of? We need to win. And let's see what we're made of.
Real quick, doesn't Tyreek Hill break a record in NFL recently?
Oh my gosh, yeah, I actually did a story on that on Heated. Tyreek Hill is the first player in the Super Bowl era. He's like the 4th or 5th player ever in NFL history to do it, but the first player in the Super Bowl era to actually get 1,000 yards. He actually has more than 1,000 yards through the team's first 8 games. So he's on pace. He's actually on pace to break Calvin Johnson's record. Wow. Like in 17 games, like not even in 18. Like, you know how there's they added a week. He's projected to beat that before the last game of the season. So it's like it's really crazy. Like, we're putting up more yards than some of the best offenses the NFL's ever seen. Like with the Rams and the greatest show on turf, and the 2011 Patriots that had Randy Moss and Tom Brady, and we're doing, like, granted there was a different league then, they ran more, but it's just crazy to even see that, because this is a guy who we were like, oh my God, can he even stay healthy? Like, if he gets a sack, he's gonna get a concussion. Like, he's done. That's it. He's made of glass. He has a noodle arm, and then it's like, look, he's number 1, number 2 in all these stats. He's having a better season than Patrick Mahomes. Like, I don't know. The proof's in the pudding. Like, I don't get how people, like you said, like, Tua throws 1 pick and he's like, oh, that's it, Mike White. It's like, nah, bro.
No excuse for being a Mike White guy. This day.
Listen, Mike White is from Pembroke Pines. That's where I'm from, bro. Like, he's from down the block. Like, he's lit. So, mad respect to him. But
respect to him. But over Tua,
you're crazy.
Absolutely not. But yeah, man, I feel like I'm just ranting too much about the Finns. Shout out to Mike White in Pembroke Pines, Project Pines, Pembroke Prison. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I want to keep talking a little bit about the Dolphins. Do you guys have any other thoughts on the Finns at all?
Nah, that's you, bro.
I hope we win.
Man, I wanted to ask a question.
Yes.
I'm like a new football fan. You know, I've been keeping up the last few years. How much, like, okay, when it comes to the success of like a quarterback and a receiver, how do you divide the credit of like giving it to Tyreek Hill and like Tua? You get what I'm asking? Because a lot of people have been like, oh, Tua's doing so good mainly because of like Tyreek Hill, like the haters.
Yeah,
so.
I don't know if I said it on this podcast, but I think one of my girlfriend's friends mentioned. She asked me, she was like, "How would you describe football?" And I'm like, "It's the most barbaric way of playing chess, like actually, because like you were saying, like your question was like, who do you attribute like the success to?
Like, how do you divide the credit like between the two players?"
So that's the thing. Everyone gets credit. Like, I believe the offensive line above all else gets credit, because if you have a bad O-line, you can't protect Tua and he can't see who's open. And therefore that leads to injury, that leads to sacks, that leads to, you know what I mean? The other team getting the ball and then they can come down and score. So to answer your question, everybody gets equal praises. And Waddle just had his best game of the season, but like the whole time Tyreek has been getting like 10 plus targets a game. So obviously we're relying on him a little bit more, but when you have the fastest player in the NFL and then right next to him you have like the second or third fastest player in the NFL, they complement each other so well. And that's why McDaniel came down here and like he built this offense around Tua. Like that's who really this is around. There's a whole debate about who's MVP, Tyreek Hill or Tua. They're like, if you ask the defensive coordinator, who would you rather off the field? One player off the Dolphins. People are saying they would all say Tyreek Hill. But even Tyreek himself said, if I was in Kansas City, I would not be doing any of the things that I'm doing now. Granted, they have another great receiver, tight end, and Travis Kelce, and like that whole system's just different. But it's true. And part of it is because of Tua and the O-line and the run game. All of that plays a factor. If you have a horrible run game, Abram, it's going to be really predictable when you throw the ball because that's all you're good at. If you're good at running the ball, right now we're number one in running and number one in passing. What? And like I'm pretty sure number one in each, like in yards per play. Like there's so many moving pieces. Football is really chess, dude. Like it's like there's so much that goes into it.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Good answer.
And despite that, everyone's saying, like all the talking heads, the Dolphins, they're just beating bad teams. Like
right. That's exactly what I was saying, like about the Bills. Like, bro, the Bills just beat up on the Commanders. People are saying, oh, look at the Bills. And then they lose to Zach Wilson and Mac Jones. Like, what? Like people are saying the Dolphins were on fraud watch when we lost to the Eagles because we can't beat good teams. How about the Bills? The Bills lost to the Jets and the Bills lost to the Patriots. Like,
but since they beat Miami, they're off the hook.
Right, basically. Exactly. And it's just funny. Even the Eagles lost to the Jets, but they're not on fraud watch. And like I don't know, it's just really funny. All it really is just the media doing their job and the optics, the perspective. That's all it is. Like it's a perspective of different people in the media that gets the most clicks. I really feel like that's my honest opinion. Like
a win this week would be huge.
A win this week, whoever wins this week is number one of the AFC. That means that team gets the bye week one of the playoffs.
That's the most watch right there.
Right now, we're projected to go against the Cleveland Browns, who their offense is not so good, but their defense is really freaking good. And if we can avoid them, that'd be great. And we would literally just have another week of rest and preparation for the second team of that week. So yeah, it's all very interesting how it's not in Kansas City and how it's in Germany.
We gotta wake up early.
9:30 on Sunday morning.
That's crazy.
That is insane. But yeah, our next 6 games are a joke. We play some really bad teams. I expect us to go either 10-3 or 11-2, something like that. Like I don't see us losing. If we do lose one of the next 6 games, it's this next game. But I don't think we're losing. So we play some horrible teams. Like Washington's one of them. Let me see who else is one of them. The Raiders, who just fired their GM and their head coach.
That was yesterday, right?
That was this morning.
Oh, this morning?
Yeah. Like literally this morning. So we play the Raiders after the Chiefs, after the bye week. Then the Jets. Then the Commanders. Then the Titans, who just lost their starting quarterback. Like they have a rookie in there now. And Fangio is like notorious with like taking advantage of rookie quarterbacks. So Titans, Jets, Commanders, Jets, Raiders. After the Chiefs. Like those are all easily winnable games. And then we have like, the Cowboys, Ravens, and Bills. That's pretty obviously. That's tough. But yeah, Finn's up and Tua's the best and he's better than your favorite quarterback. And take it to the bank and he's gonna be MVP. And now we can talk about the Miami Heat.
Oh yeah.
So you wanna lead us
I
in?
can start it off. So obviously if you look at it first glance, we're 1-3 right now. Some people are already panicking, already calling the Heat trash. But in my opinion, there's no reason to panic. Obviously we're starting off. We have a lot of young players playing. First of all, like Jimmy Vasquez, Jovic is getting minutes. He started actually the other day. And something else, Butler already missed a game. Bam already missed a game. And against the Bucks, we almost beat them. We came back into a game. Tyler Hero had 35 points. Pretty sure that was the most in that game.
That boy's stepping up.
And he's averaging 25 right now, which is kind of what we predicted. We asked the question, can we average 25? And he's doing it so far. Bam is averaging 22. And in that game that Butler didn't play, I love how it really felt like Tyler Hero and Bam's team, because that is definitely the direction that we're going in. A lot of people a question that I'm seeing being brought up by a lot of Heat accounts on Instagram is that the timeline of the Heat right now is young, but then Butler is kind of like the only old guy, and that kind of sucks because
Well, don't forget Kevin Love now.
yeah, Kevin Love. You know, Kevin Love's like damn near like retired
love
home.
Kevin Love.
I mean, shout out to him. He good enough to be playing on the
He's
floor.
leading the team in rebounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is
I
pretty crazy.
do-
Kevin Love's
I-
always been a good rebounder, but
Always, bro.
I do
always.
want to
his
see.
age?
I do want to see a little bit more Jovic. I just don't know if NBA basketball in November means as much to Kevin Love right now as it means to like Jovic. If that makes any type of sense, I'm sure they're all competitive as heck, but physically, like you know, Kevin Love just had a baby, like his first baby. I'm pretty sure. Like I'm sure, like mentally, he's like in a whole different place than like a Jovic, like a Hyman. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. I need to see both of them more. I believe Highsmith is going to make his debut with us this season on this game against the Brooklyn
Really
Nets.
important. Yeah, he's a good player.
That's huge for us. Yeah, okay. A couple things stand out to me the first few games. Number one, Orlando Robinson. Orlando Robinson needs to not play better. Obvious, that's obvious. But like, I just need him to be familiar with his role because I feel like he's trying to do a little bit too much. I feel like he's doing a little bit too much, but it's really good that he gets these minutes, and these are huge minutes, especially with Bam being out, like against a good team like the Bucks, like Boston. If you're not gonna do well, that's okay. Just the next time we play them, I want to see some improvement. You know what I mean?
True.
Like Tyler, game one, the first night, he was abysmal. He was like 1 for 9 or whatever the case was, right? And then fast forward to Milwaukee, and he's putting up 35 points. Boom. And it's like, it's just funny when people were like, oh, Dame this, Dame that, and then he gets like 25, which is good. They won. And Tyler Hero has 35, wheeling us back down from 24 points without Bam. I feel like people are not giving us enough credit for that. Obviously, there's no such thing as like a moral win or like, you know what I mean? But to be down 24, we could have lost by 30 something. But we didn't. We lost by, I believe it was 11. But if you watch the game, you'll know because we were not supposed to be in that game at all, and we did. Like Jimmy Butler was basically benched for like Jovic and these like the whole second, third unit. Like that was who got us back. It wasn't Jimmy. Jimmy is, I don't know. He's bad. I think some knee tendonitis or something along those lines. But yeah, Drew Smith. I'm excited to see him get comfortable in the offense because right now it looks like he's kind of, I don't want to say doing too much, but like he just doesn't look comfortable in there. And Duncan looks awesome.
Oh yeah.
Jaime looks awesome. Decina playing more. Jovic looks like a dog. Jovic, I need to see him more
Fresh out of
too.
high school too. The man just graduated. Like,
That man's been playing with grown men though. It's crazy. Like
Yeah.
someone tried telling me that the Lakers were deeper than the Heat, and I'm like, you guys are crying about Gabe Vincent, and you're saying Vanderbilt is gonna be the guy who's gonna like lock everybody up when he comes back, bro.
double agent Gabe Vincent.
We are 11 deep, like literally. We can utilize 11 players in our lineup any given night, and I just don't feel like a lot of other teams can do that. Like,
I mean, what I would say, gotta give credit to Eric Spoelstra, man, because that's the only coach that can make players like Drew Smith, Orlando Robinson,
Gabe Vincent, Max
Gabe
Strus.
like players that came out of nowhere. He's the only one that can make them like look good. Because I think back to other Heat teams in the past, like for example, I don't know if you guys remember this name, Ocario White. This guy put up to the Heat in that one season that we had the greatest turnaround midway through the year. Mm-hmm. Have you guys ever heard
After the All-Star break? No, I honestly haven't.
Exactly. So, but when he was playing with the Heat, he was working. I'm like, he
Yeah,
wasn't playing
you know
bad.
who
He
was
good.
that? Rodney McGruder.
One of my good. I know.
Even
Like
Hassan Whiteside. Like,
Dude, I remember
Hassan
texting.
Whiteside looked
I
like defensive player of
texted.
the year.
Dion Waiters that one year was looking like an
Oh
all-star.
my god.
I texted
Dion
my
Waiters.
friend. I was like, man, it's crazy now. Like that we have the players like Jaime and Jovic when like, and we want to see them get more minutes. When once upon a time we had Josh McRoberts, James Johnson, Tyler Johnson. These guys operating the team, and it was like, man, like
Dude, we had Dion Waiters looking like Kyrie Irving for half a season, bro.
Dude.
Like game winner against Golden State.
I'll never forget that. One of my favorite Heat memories ever.
yeah, no,
Dion game
and you know, Abram, I agree with you 100% when you say like, there's no reason to panic. There'll be reason to panic when we're like 1-10, but like right now, I'm not really worried. We're still like working out. Like we're still trying to like fit the pieces to the puzzle
Yeah,
together
Butler
right
hasn't
now.
even had a good game yet. Butler's starting off slow, but he usually does that. He
Yeah,
usually picks it
Bam.
up
I
later
do
on.
want to talk about Bam's improvement and his offensive confidence. Right, his jumper looks so good. His confidence is great, and he's taking. I'm happy with the amount of shots he's taking. I feel like he's not taking too much or too little. I feel like it's just right. And man, year one of his prime through like 4 or 5 games, it's like I can't even imagine what he's gonna look like come the postseason.
Yeah, all I'm saying, bro, get us into the playoffs with a healthy Butler, Hero, Bam. Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Absolutely. And I'm not sure if you guys saw, but the Miami Heat are favorites to land Zach LaVine. I believe it's us. It's us and then the Brooklyn Nets. But we're technically the favorites to land Zach LaVine. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
I love that. But Zach LaVine, as soon as he was on the Timberwolves, I remember him. What 2K job was it? 14?
Yeah, that's crazy. I forgot he was on the Timberwolves, bro. That's crazy.
That boy was a 69 overall, hooping
Don't
like
kill
a
nobody.
99. Like, oh my god,
His bunnies, bro.
dunks,
Yeah.
shooter. Woo.
And the best part about it is I'm like 99.999% sure we are not giving up Tyler Hero for that
Definitely
man.
not. I would
no,
not.
Absolutely
never,
not.
Never.
We should get
Close the
Caruso
level.
too. Throw Caruso.
I would love.
I'll
to.
take
I'll take
Caruso.
Levine off your hands, but throw Caruso in.
Definitely.
Ricky, what do you think of potentially obtaining Zach LaVine? And who do you think we might give up? My guess is probably like Lowry or something, like a draft pick or two.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we could give up Lowry for Levine, bro, that's like
Let's do it.
trading
right
a bag
now.
of chips for a Lamborghini. So I'd take that any day of the week. I love Lowry too.
Yeah, no, I
But-
love Lowry. Honestly, I honestly like low-key like don't want to get rid of him, but like damn, 27 million, bro.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
and
saying.
he's got miles on those
That's
legs.
a
Like we talk about how old Kevin Love is. Lowry is 2 years older than Kevin Love.
Oh.
Yeah, that's nuts. Yeah, and he's getting paid way more.
Yeah.
You know, and it's a position where like you like, bro, you have the ball a lot, and like you have to move up and down the floor a lot. But Abram, what do you think of Zach LaVine?
Zach LaVine. I mean, I haven't really thought about it. Honestly, not now you mentioned it, it's the first time that I really thought about it. I mean, it's kind of like the Bradley Beal, kind of like Damian Lillard. Obviously, Lillard's better, but the same idea of another scorer on the team. I guess if you get Zach LaVine, you should put Tyler Hero at point guard and expect him to develop and able to figure out. But I mean, I would do it. I would do it because we just talked about all of these players that are working out. But at the end of the day, you do need some talent. It wouldn't hurt to
Exactly.
finally make a move. I've been waiting for the Heat to finally make
The
a
biggest
move. So.
issue for the Heat I felt on offense is when someone's not going, when Jimmy's not going, and when Hero's like hurt. Obviously, like we were in the playoffs.
Or even just sitting?
Yeah, we have trouble creating shots when the ball's not moving.
Yeah. And
So-
it's really hard. It's a huge toll on Bam, who's not only guarding the best defender and like blocking shots, like moving his feet against point guards on the defensive end, and then he also has to do that on the offensive end. Another player like a Zach LaVine would be ideal in that moment because, you know, we don't want our guy to, you know, be dead come the third quarter. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, that's definitely really exciting.
I think that would be like our offensive firepower would be
Yeah.
insane. Even more so, I think, than if we lost Hero for Lillard. I think Hero, Levine, Jimmy, and Bam.
That's pretty good.
Throw me out there.
Yeah.
This thing-
One.
This thing about Zach LaVine and Bam, like, just the lob cities are gonna go crazy.
That's actually facts. You're getting me hyped right now. I ain't gonna lie. But one other thing that happened this past week in the NBA, Chris Paul started one game off the bench for like the first time since like his like rookie year or something like that. He started like 1,000-something games or whatever. So it ended like that streak. It was like the most in the NBA for like consecutive starts. So the reason why I bring that up is because I wonder if he's really happy in Golden State.
No.
I wonder. I can't remember off the top of my head how much he's getting paid, but the reason why I bring it up is because I know a team that could use a point guard. I know a team that, unfortunately, you can't wear the number 3, Chris, but you could wear a ring, if you know what I mean. Listen, just tell your agent, hey, Golden State's cool, but like low key, I want to go to South Beach. You know what I'm
That's an
saying?
interesting idea, but I don't know if Jimmy and Chris Paul butting heads.
That's gonna be tough. But
Because those are two strong personalities.
and the Warriors, they're looking pretty good right now. They're like 3-1 so far. So, but if they start losing, which they still could, honestly, I don't really believe that much in them, and
Right.
I've never been the biggest fan of them. So I hope they start losing. So Chris Paul, you know what? I don't want to be here anymore.
Yeah, but right now, I feel like obviously Zach LaVine, we've all seen the reports, but like that's one person, one player that has not been correlated with the Heat, at least this season, that I feel like it could be a perfect marriage. Because if you, just hear me out, Chris Paul, Tyler Hero, Jimmy Butler, Caleb Martin, Bam Adebayo. That's gross, I think. And even if you don't No, honestly, you got to start Chris Paul because if we get him off the
Yeah,
bench
that
after
makes
just from Golden State, you know what I'm saying? Like, but I feel like it could happen, especially with like knowing how much cap it hits. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
That's definitely a win now move.
absolutely.
To Levine. Levine's a little younger. Like Chris Paul, if you get rid of Lowry for Paul,
Yeah.
it's like old point guard for an old point guard.
So who y'all think? Would y'all rather Chris Paul or Zach LaVine to come to the Heat?
Yeah, I mean, I'll pick Zach LaVine.
Zach LaVine.
Yeah,
I'll say.
Probably Zach. For the simple reason that I feel like we can just honestly, Jovic should be handling the ball a lot more.
That's fact.
I really do think Jovic is not only capable, but he just offers a different dynamic to not only our offense but to the opposing defense. Like
Some
if a
European
coach,
flavor, bro.
yeah, like if a coach is like, okay, what do the Heat have tonight? Oh, this big European kid starting. Yeah, okay, let's see what he does. Boom, put it on you.
Runs it down like
Yeah.
dunks it.
Ball easy.
You know, and he's like the Bucks game got me so hyped. I'm like, dude, I really want to see this kid play more, dude. And he's only what 20, 19? Is he still 19?
I think he's still 19.
He's still 19.
Bruh.
18,
That's
literally.
crazy.
Younger than me.
Yeah, younger than all of us, dude. It's crazy. I think the Heat are in good shape. One thing we should talk about is the tournament, the in-season tournament. I'll be honest, I'm not too sure how it works. I know that there's a set group and there's a set schedule already, and then I think we go to Vegas, I believe it is, or
Yeah, whoever wins ends up going to Vegas.
oh, that's what it is. So the teams, the schedule is how it is, away or home,
Yeah.
and then once X amount of rounds pass or games pass in the tournament, then like the final 4 or 6 teams go to Las Vegas, and then they compete for whatever incentive it is that the players get.
Guarantee
And
for something like
yeah,
that.
and the wins and losses do count towards the regular season, but like it's just an in-season tournament. I think players get paid more or something like that. But yeah, what are your guys' thoughts on that?
I
Yeah.
feel some different dynamic just switching it up. Like normal NBA season, 82 games, whoop de whoop. A little All-Star in the break. Now we got a little in-season tournament. We still got the All-Star game coming up. After
Yeah,
that, right?
yeah.
So it's like a little more booster. Just like, all right,
Yeah.
giving these people more incentive to actually play, not
Yeah.
just sit out and just be like, all right, like.
It's definitely
normal
more of,
season,
I
you
think
feel
it's
me?
definitely more like a corporate like rating thing. It's like, okay,
True.
let's see if we can switch it up and get more ratings, get more eyes on NBA basketball. So not the worst idea, but yeah, it's different. Should be interesting. What do you think, Abram?
Yeah, I was gonna tell you guys real quick. I actually found the games that the Heat are gonna be playing in the tournament.
Nice.
It's gonna be the Wizards. That should be the easiest whenever. Then we got the Hornets. Another easy win. Then the Knicks. That's gonna be a good game. And then we got the final boss, the Bucks. The Bucks on November.
Dang, that's a
28th.
good one. It's like beginning, like it's like
Exactly,
easy,
yeah.
middle, hard. You know.
What I like about that is like it gives you something to like actually want to like round up the boys and watch the game.
Exactly.
Facts. Yeah. That's
cool.
that's part of the whole NBA's mindset towards it too. It's like, like maybe we get a couple million more views or ratings as a result.
I mean, we're talking about it right now, so it's working.
Yeah. Yeah, true. But yeah, and then so that should be exciting. That's coming around the All-Star break, right?
Well, it starts November 3rd.
November 3rd.
Yeah.
No way.
So literally in 2 days.
What?
Damn.
I didn't even know that.
Oh,
Wait, season
snap.
tournament?
Yeah,
Is
it's
that-
November 3rd against the Wizards first.
I like first 2 weeks of the season tournament.
That's crazy.
I like that flow. Like, start of the season, we go straight up to the in-season game. Now, we chilling.
The
All-Star.
Bam, with the
Yeah,
All-Star game.
yeah, that's pretty smart. That's pretty smart. And then Christmas Day, remember, it's Christmas Day, and then come back down, and then All-Star.
Just- they
yeah,
smooth with that. I'll give
that's
it-
what it
they
is.
smooth with that.
That's really interesting though. Hot take just now, like I'm taking the under on the Suns winning because I just found out yesterday that Devin Booker and Bradley Beal are without a timetable to return.
I hate the Suns.
Allegedly, yes. So that kind of goes back to like Bradley Beal on the Heat, like kind of dodged a bullet with that one. Looking back, we were thinking about getting him.
What even happened to him?
I don't even know because he played in the preseason, but then
He got injured or some
I
other
want to say his
thing.
back. I forget.
I don't remember
honest.
who it was, but I remember like years ago, like around the 2012, like someone injured themselves bowling. I think it was like Andrew Bynum or some shit.
Has
yes,
to.
facts.
Andrew Bynum injured himself
I
bowling.
never saw him again.
Dude, did you see the story? So I think Trae Young today is like on the injury report. Yesterday he was on the injury report, and it was like a sore heel. And you see on his story, on his Instagram story, the day before, this man's at Sky Zone. This man is in socks at like at a trampoline, establishment. I don't know if it was Sky Zone, but I thought that was pretty hilarious because you touched on the bowling and Andrew Bynum.
Bro, if I'm the coach, I'm getting so pissed.
Dude.
Yeah.
I mean, you're getting fined for going to Sky Zone.
Yeah, bro. It's because he can't dunk, Trae
Yeah.
Young. Any other NBA player doesn't have to go to Sky Zone.
I don't think we got a chance to talk about Victor Wembanyama. Just I know it's not like anything South Florida related, but like it's a global
I think we gotta
impact.
talk about it,
yeah,
for
you
sure.
know, like what do you Abram? What do you think of Wembanyama like his first few games so far? And how about that win last night? This was right now as we speak, we're recording this on. It is Wednesday, November 1st. So, and the Spurs had just defeated the Phoenix Suns with KD, but they were without Devin Booker and Bradley Beal. So, Abram, what do you think of Wembanyama's impact?
I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed. I said before I was talking to my friends, and I was like, I think this is gonna be a first 7-foot guy that's actually gonna live up to potential. Because we have seen Bobo, Taco Fall, a bunch of tall players that haven't really gotten anywhere.
Well, yeah, aside from KD, right?
Yeah, well, but
and like
KD
Dirk and stuff.
Yeah,
He's
that's
on a
different.
spectrum.
He lied about his height for the first like 10 years of his career.
Yeah, they said that he was 6'9", but nobody believed that. But yeah, bro, he's played really good, and he's actually made the Spurs like watchable again because they had a few years that they were like not looking so good, and that's just something you expect from them. The Spurs has always been a good team, and now it gives Greg Popovich a reason to want to actually keep coaching.
True.
He finally got rewarded, and I think talking more about the Spurs, that's a perfect team you could have gone to. A team that has a good culture, a team that has a good coach. He's not starting off like the Hornets or the Rockets that are always just on top of mess.
Yeah.
So I'm super impressed.
I agree. A lot of people are kind of think that's controversial. You know what I mean? Like how it happened because like there was I think 3 or 4 other teams that were like
percentage-wise ahead of the Spurs. But to your point, everything you just said, maybe the NBA was like, maybe not Houston, not Charlotte, like
Too much controversy.
Yeah, San Antonio sounds right. That's kind of like the little. I think it was Patrick Ewing when that happened when the commissioner bent the envelope or whatever and he picked it. Like it's a perfect marriage for not only the Spurs but just the NBA because like you said. I can't tell you the last time I was invested into a Spurs game, literally. But
Ever since Kawhi left.
yeah, exactly. Like when Kawhi, I literally remember the game. Kawhi Leonard twisted his ankle on freaking Zaza Pachulia, dude. And yo, call me crazy. The Spurs are winning that series, bro. They were beating KD and the Warriors, right? Yeah. I think they were gonna win that series, but yeah. That's the last time I was seriously invested into the Spurs. Like, that was what, like 2012, 13?
13, literally.
That's
13, 14.
crazy.
No,
15.
Yeah.
The 15,
Later,
16.
15, 16.
Yeah, 15, 16. Yeah. Right. But yeah, that's like, Victor is making me want to tune into that. And like, that's never been the case for the Spurs since Kawhi left, and Tim Duncan and all them. But yeah, what do you think, Reza?
I don't know. I think the Spurs are cheating. They got a career player over 7'3". He can shoot threes. This man cooking like Zach LaVine.
Man called the lob.
Oh my
man called the lob at the 3. He said, "Yo, just throw it."
Throw it, trust. Man just jogging there and just, hey, like that. Nah, he's crazy. But, bro, he's a player. He's really good. Potential's, like, over the roof. The roof going higher, like, somehow. Like, he got that potential to go crazy on the Spurs, but I feel he's going to be a Spurs diehard. Like, he's not leaving at all.
I can see that for sure.
The culture there, and he's, like, really just influencing with that stuff, too.
Yeah,
so.
I feel like all the Spurs legends have embraced them, like Tim Duncan, Tony Parker,
Ginobili.
I saw them hanging
Yeah,
out.
everyone was there at the I think the
I
first
love that.
game.
I love that.
Yeah, that's super cool. One thing really quick before we wrap up, wanted to touch on really quickly the Florida Panthers. They are fresh off a loss at Boston against the Bruins. They're currently 4-3-1 right now, and let me see who they play next. Right now, they don't play today on Wednesday, but they play Thursday against it is going to be the Detroit Red Wings. That's at 7:00. Hopefully the Ice Cats can pick it up. Right now they're kind of looking a little bit similar to the Heat, like not too crazy, like not too good, but we're trying to level it out. Hopefully they can pick it up against the Red Wings. They only have two more wins in us, so
Because look where we're at last season. Both Heat and Panthers, like finals bound, but we were like struggling to even make that AC. But guess what? We both made it, and bang, we went crazy during the playoffs and all that stuff. But Panthers are Panthers, bro. Like whenever they're outside, they're gonna play. But you could see some games like the energy's not there. There's that tempo's not there. The pushing tempo,
the continuity.
Exactly. So it's like, all right, they're gonna start out slow, but they're gonna start picking up when they start realizing time is getting small. So.
Yeah,
I feel like Panthers are going to turn it up and everything.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, not much more to say about that.
Yeah. I think we touched on a good amount of stuff. What do you guys think?
yeah.
I think so.
I think that's pretty much it.
All right, fair. You want to close this out, Abel?
Alright, so thank you guys for watching this podcast episode. We enjoyed making it. We're gonna keep watching this Dolphins game against the Chiefs. Everybody better tune in. That's gonna be a big one, and let's keep watching it here as well. They're gonna pick it up, and yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Peace out.
Peace.